Wait, I don't know. I thought we already.
Start the recording. All right, so this week in writing, we are moving on. Of course, we're going to have proper nouns and sentences like normal. Excuse me, we're going to have sentences like normal. Proper nouns and sentences like normal. This week, though, we will start to add the months of the year inside our sentences. So remember, we have 12 months total: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Everybody knows the months, right?
Yes.
Our days of the week. Now we'll move on to the months. A month is a proper noun. So anytime you have the name of a month in a sentence, that means it needs to be capitalized. The month, and we'll also focus on the seasons. Okay? Does everybody remember the 4 seasons?
Yes.
Winter,
Yes.
spring, summer, fall. Now the seasons are different. We don't capitalize the seasons when we write them. We just write it normally. Okay? We just have to know what goes on in the season. So summertime, it's usually hot. We're off of school. Winter, it's cold, snowing. Some animals hibernate. There's nothing growing. Then we have spring, where everything is growing in the spring. And and then we have the fall, right, where leaves start to change colors and they also fall off the tree as well. So this is kind of a review. We kind of did it last year, but just introducing it again this year. Whenever you see a month inside of a sentence, you capitalize the name of that month. Whenever you have a season, you don't capitalize the season at all. You just have to know the season. Okay. All right. So let's look at number 1 up here. Let's get started. Number 1 says, I am going to Florida in March. I am going to Florida in March. Go ahead and write number 1. All right, let's go over this sentence. I am going to Florida in March. There was a couple of proper nouns in there to capitalize. Okay, go ahead, Amina. Capitalize my I, first letter.
And Florida.
Florida, that's a proper noun of a state.
In March.
And March, that's the month. Finish with the Good. Okay, number 2. June and July are the summer months. June and July are the summer months. So we have both a month and a season in there. Write them correctly. June and July are the summer months. Let's discuss this one. Go ahead, Harlem.
9 plus, no, it's 9 plus.
Capitalize the J
J in June.
and J in July
Good. We capitalize the months. Okay. How do I finish it?
with the period.
Good. Did I have to capitalize summer?
I think.
Yes.
No. Remember, we don't capitalize the month. I mean the season. So if it's a season, we don't capitalize. So good. Okay. Number 3. Stephanie's birthday is in August. Stephanie's birthday is in August. All right. Next page. Next page. Let's skip that one. Put your name, write the number 28.
Oh, I forgot my name. I just spell your name? No, I forgot. You forgot to? Okay, open bar, so.
I just wanted to walk through it with you.
Boom. I got all the answers right. I said 18.
We're on the next.
Dad, four small cups. I was on the page over there.
Put your name, start at number 28.
No, just 20.
All right, let's go over this one. Stephanie's birthday is in August. Okay, go ahead, Carly.
Capitalize the S.
Capitalize my S and Stephanie.
And capitalize the A.
A in August and finish with the
Period.
good. Okay. Number 4, it is cold in the winter. It is cold in the winter.
I did that thing without looking. It is cold in the north. It is cold in the north. It is cold in the north. Winter is coming. Would you shut this again? Ray. 66,000. She's not here. I know. It's 7,000.
Okay, let's look at number 2.
Yes. Can I read it?
Anybody like to do our last one? It is cold in the winter. Go ahead, Solomon.
Capitalize the I
Capitalize first letter I, okay?
and put a period.
And a period, good. Yes, we have a season winter, but we do not capitalize the season winter. Awesome, good job. So this week we'll focus on having our months of the year and our seasons inside of our sentences, okay? All right, so that's it for writing on this week. Pretty simple. All right, let's go ahead and get out our new books today, treasure chest.
We don't have.
Oh, I heard it. This is our book today.
We don't.
No, I'm not it. Treasure chest. You should get your book ready.
How did they get it so fast? You're not.
Yeah, they can hear everything.
The PC gonna read it for us.
Eventually. Just focus on reading. All right, does everybody have their book?
Yes.
If not, well, you can listen. Okay, treasure chest, this is where we are. So a few pages we'll skip inside of the book. We'll go to page 10. Part 1. So this one's a little bigger than our other one. In Story Tree.
This is a different book.
Yes, and so how many big ones?
Why?
2.
Squid.
All right, let's get started. So part 1 is little and big. First story on page 11 is Jay Goes Sailing. Jay Goes Sailing. Okay, come on, Evan.
Jay goes sailing. Jay likes to make toy boats. He cuts the boat and nails on the
Mass.
mast.
Mhm.
One day, Jay made a blue and white boat. This boat needs a red sail. He said to himself, I will ask Mom to make the sail. Thank you. Mom, Jay said, and his mother gave him some red clothes.
Okay, good. So we're introduced to Jay and he enjoys making something. What does Jay like to make?
Boats.
Toy boats, right? And so one day he's making a boat and he wanted to do something a little different. What did he ask mom for?
A red cloth.
Some cloth to do what?
Wait, make it.
To make a sail. Okay, let's look at 12. We'll do one side of 12 and then the other side. Anybody? Okay. Let's see. Same people. Okay, Harlem, go ahead and read the left side of 12.
Jay ran to the stream to sail his boat. He tried a rope to his blue and white boat. He held the rope in his hand as his boat floated on the water. I need a dock, said Jay. Then I can tie up my boat and let it float in the breeze.
Good. Okay. Oh, you can stop there. Good. So after Jay makes his boat and mom allows him to use the cloth to make a sail, he goes to the stream, right? So what did he tie to his blue and white boat so that he could keep track of it? A rope?
String.
Yes, a string or a rope, right? So that it could float, but it wouldn't float away. So then he says he needs a what?
It needs a dock.
A dock. So put his boat, so where his boat can rest. Okay, let's keep reading on 12, the other side of 12. Okay, Carly. Okay.
With 3 bricks, Jay made a dock for his boat at the side of the stream. Then he tied his boat to the dock. It floats.
Next one.
Cried Jay as the breeze hit the sail.
4. Good. Equals. Okay. So then what does he use to make his dock? He used bricks, right? And so he tied his his boat to the dock. And so did it float? Yes. Okay, let's look at 13. Okay, go ahead, Lyric.
Jan laid on the grass near the stream. He looked up at the clouds in the sky. He looked at his boat as it floated on the stream. Then Jay went to sleep.
Okay, good. So Jay, after he sailed his boat, he then relaxed and was like, I'm gonna go ahead and lay down, and went to sleep. And that's what we're getting to. Okay, let's go to 14. So these are 2 little poems. We'll finish Jay's story. When he went to sleep, we'll finish it. Okay, yes. Okay, Amina. The Stars, page 14.
Tonight I looked up in the sky to see what I could see, and there I saw a million stars all looking down at me. So then I looked into a pool to see what I could see, and do you know, I saw more stars all looking up at me.
Okay, good. Okay, so we're not testing on this. This is just something to read. Okay, and 15, Little Wind. Go ahead, Josiah.
Little wind blow up on the hilltop. Little wind blow on planting. Little wind blow up the sunshine. Little wind blow off the rain.
All right, good. All right. All right, so that's it for reading. Just introducing our book. Did everybody get a chance to look through the book a little bit, see some of the stories we'll read?
I just
A little bit.
love this book.
We have Pinocchio in here, Little Brown Bow, The Broken Wing, Johnny Appleseed, Rolly. Got a couple of good stories in this book that we'll read. Okay. All right, guys. Okay, so that is it for our reading. Moving pretty quick. Let's go ahead and get to our phonics today.
Miss Lewis, why does it say LN? MD.
Yes. What do you mean?
Miss Lujan,
Yes.
can you go to the bathroom?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So let's start with chart 8. And we're introducing chart 9 today. Oh, sorry.
GN and KN.
Yep, that one right there. Good. You remember it. All right, so let's get started with chart 8 on 3. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. THR says AR says R and stars. CH says in church. OR says or in morning. OU says out in out. OW says out in out. ER says in verse. UR says in verse. IR says in verse. OI says oi. OY says oi. OO says OO says and two. WOR says word. IGH says ALL says all. LK says walk. Good. Okay, so that's phonics chart 8. Let's look at chart 9. Okay, so I'll say the chart today. You don't have to say it today, okay? Yeah. All right, so I'll go ahead and go over it first, and then we'll practice it. We'll start saying it together tomorrow. I just want to introduce it, together. Okay, so first sound is ing says ing, and pointing. KN says n, and not. GN says n, and not. ANG says ang, and bang. ING says ing, and king. Synthesize. ONG says ong, and long. UNG says ung, and strung. ANK says ank, and bank. INK says ink, and wink. ONK says onk, and honk. UNK says unk, and trunk. WA says walk, and wash. A says in adopt. Y says E in baby. LE says in little. ED says ed in wanted. ED says and looked. And ED says in play. Okay, so this is phonics chart 9. So last week on Thursday or Friday, I believe you had a video if you looked over it. So I discussed what's called this ing here. It's not called a special sound. There's something different about this ing compared to all the other sounds. If you look at it, the ing has this little line here. None of the other signs have that. Well, the eds do. That's because they're the same thing. But all the rest of the special sounds don't have this. In any other chart we went to before, chart 8, they did not have that. Chart 7 or chart 6. This little thing here on chart 9, where there's it's called a hyphen. I'm calling it a line, but it's called a hyphen. These are what we call suffixes, okay? A suffix goes at the end of a word to make it into a new word. It creates a new word. Does everybody remember suffixes from last year somewhat? Yeah, we did suffixes on last year. So in order to have a suffix, what do you have to have? It's something else you have to have.
The ing.
The ing is a suffix. In order to make an ing, to add ing, you have to have something before that.
You have to make. Is it a line?
Anybody remembers? A root word. You have to have a root word. Okay? In order for you to have a suffix, you have to have a root word. Now, your root word is the word that you are starting with. It's your beginning word. So every time you have a word and it stands alone, that's called your root word. When we add ing to it, it makes it a new word, okay? So we mark root words and suffixes differently than we mark special sounds. So all the other regular special sounds that we do in all the charts, we circle the special sound. But when it comes to a root word and a suffix, we do that a little differently, okay? Let me go ahead and put that up here so we can remember. So we have a root word, which is our beginning word. Root. And then we have our suffix, which goes at the end. Okay? So our suffix we're focusing on is ing today. Ing. Okay? Ing. Okay? So whenever we are marking a suffix in a root word, like I said, we don't do it the same way. Does anybody remember what we do before I teach it? Well, how do we show a root word and how do we show a suffix? What do we do to mark it? Okay, Carly?
Put a line and circle the suffix.
Yes, you underline the root word and circle the suffix. So I have wishing. What would be the root word in wishing? The root word is the word that is a word by itself. Josiah, what would be the root word?
Wish.
Good. So I'll underline it. And what's the suffix? Still you, Josiah? Huh?
ing.
ing is my suffix, so I circle it. Wishing. Blowing. What's the root word in blowing, Hannah? You're on mute. Okay. Blow is the root word. What's the suffix?
ing.
Good. ing. Next, I have cooking. Root word.
Underline cook.
Cook is the root word. What's the suffix?
ing.
ing. Good.
Cooking.
Okay. Let's do the next one. Okay. Anybody likes to do this one? Solomon, go ahead. What's my root word? And this one?
Pray.
Pray. And what's the suffix?
Ing.
ing. Good. Next one, Amina. Root word.
Splash.
Splash. Suffix. ing. Okay. So I'm going to teach you a new suffix today. This one's pretty simple. It's suffix S, okay? So sometimes some words will have an S added to the end of it to make it into a new word.
Oh.
That's also a suffix. So let's look at the first one, jumps. So what would be my root word in jumps? Okay, Harlem. What's the root word?
Jump.
Jump, and what's the suffix?
S.
Good, jumps. Okay, next one here. Evan, root word.
10.
10th is the root word. What's the suffix?
Oh.
Good, S. And our last one here. Anybody who did not go would like to go?
I didn't.
Okay, Camille.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you did.
No, we're doing the other one.
What's the root word? You're on mute? You're on mute, Camille. I think she was in the audio thing. Yeah, I think she's still trying to get. Okay. You're still on mute though. Okay, now I think I can hear you. What's the root word in eggs? What's the root word?
Egg.
Good. And what's the suffix?
S.
Good. Eggs. Good. So you underline the root word and you circle the suffix. That's the difference between the special sounds. So in your book, they will give you the instructions. They'll tell you underline the root word, circle the suffix. Okay, you have to make sure to pay attention to that. And we'll have that on a phonics test. So you should know how to mark the root word and a suffix. The root word is your beginning word, the word that you are starting with. Your suffix, ing or s, is what you're adding to the end of a word to create a new word. So you have to know what's the root word and what's the suffix, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and look at our sentences here. So remember, we learned how to divide our sentences into two parts, right? But whenever we divide it into two parts, each part is called something. Now we learned what one part is called, and in tomorrow's lesson, we'll learn what the other part is called, okay? So let's look at the sentence here. Nathan made a paper airplane. Where would I divide this sentence? What are my two parts? Nathan made a paper airplane.
Between Nathan and me.
Yes, between Nathan and May. So what is Nathan? Let's see if you remember. Good. He's our subject. And then made a paper airplane is our predicate. Remember, we did learn that.
I keep forgetting predicate.
Does everybody remember subject and predicate?
I know.
Yes. Your subject is who the sentence is about, and the predicate is what is going on, what's happening in the sentence. That's your two parts, subject, predicate. We underline the subject once, underline the predicate twice. Next one, his paper flew very far. Okay, Hannah, where would I divide? His paper flew very far. Unmute.
Between his and paper.
Okay, try again. Look at it closely.
Put the line between his and paper.
No, not his and paper. Let's see. Good try. Solomon, where would I split this sentence? You can do the rest.
Between his and paper.
No, that's what she just said. His and paper, but that's not correct.
Wait.
Think about what your predicate is. The predicate has to match the subject. So when I said Nathan made a paper airplane, if I would just look at made a paper airplane, I would say who? Nathan. It matches. So if you say his paper flew very far away, that won't match. The predicate won't match the subject. So let's see. Anybody would like to try? Camille? Where would I divide?
Between paper and flu.
Good. Between paper and flu. His paper is the subject. So sometimes you can get confused. That's why I said whenever it's like a my or whenever we have his or her, you have to be careful with that because his, her, my, those are not subjects. It will usually have someone else attached to that. So if I would say my book sack is the subject, my book sack. Sometimes people just do that to show ownership or to show who it happened to. So his paper is the subject. What about his paper? It flew very far. That's my predicate. So be careful with that. Whenever you have a sentence and it has like my or the something, we something, be careful because sometimes it'll have other people in there, other things attached to it. So you have to pay attention and read it carefully so that you make sure you know where you're dividing. So his paper is the subject, flew very far. Okay, good. So okay, in your book, you'll practice some subjects and predicates. You underline your subject once and your predicate twice. Okay, any questions
Wait.
about phonics? No?
No.
Okay, awesome. All right, let's keep moving. We will go on to math now. You'll need your book today. We have a graph in the book that we're filling out. It's on 31, lesson worksheet 31. I think it's our bedtimes graph or wake up times, one of the two. Okay, yes, it's morning and wake up times. Yes, Lyric, that's it. Good, Camille, that's it too. So we're filling out a graph today. So this is a new graph that the book will ask about. Don't lose track of it. Tell your parents this is the graph that we will probably be using for a little while. They'll ask questions about it.
There it is. This page?
Let me see. Okay, yep, that's it. It should be lesson worksheet 31.
I wake up at 8. I can't get it out. I wake up at my 8 in the school. I literally wake up at my 8. Yes. I wake up at 7 o'clock, which is my age.
Okay, anybody else still searching for it? Good, Hannah, yes?
Oh, it's this page.
Let's see. Yep, just like that's it. And just double check that it says our wake up times.
Wake up
Class wake up times, one of the two. It'll say something like that.
Our weekday morning wake up. Yes. Found it. This is like a clock. Like same. So are you supposed to make it like this?
Yes, Harlem, that's it.
Yay. That's fun. I know how to spell pal backward. I mean, say that. It's lap.
Okay, are we good?
Pal.
Are we ready to start filling out our graph?
Yay!
Let me see. All right, so this is our weekday morning wake up times. Okay, so we obviously have the title of our graph, and we have what times down here. So what do I need to add right here? Numbers. Good. So let's see if we can remember from the last time we did a graph. Okay. So what you have to do is start numbering from the bottom and start with 1. Make sure the number matches the box, guys. Do not put it like, on the line, because that'll confuse you. So start with the very first line here. See where I am? I'll put a 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll keep going. 7, 8, 9, 10. If you do it correct, you should stop at 10. Go ahead and put your numbers in.
Do not count the clock.
I did it correctly.
Let me see. When you're done, can you show it to me so I can make sure that you number it correctly?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
This.
9, 10, 11.
Let's see.
11.
Hannah, come over the other way so I can see. Go over some more. I can't see it all the way.
I know what time I was before.
Okay. Okay, Harlem. So you did your numbers backwards, Harlem. Start from the bottom and go up.
I wake up at my 8.
So yeah, instead of 10 being at the bottom, 10 should be at the top. Okay, Josiah, good. Okay, I'm just waiting for everybody else to show me.
I wake up at 8.
Are we ready to fill in our graph?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see, Harlem. Harlem, change your numbers on the side. So you see how 10 is at the bottom, 10 has to be at the top. You have to start 1 on the bottom. You understand what I'm saying? Huh, Harlem? Let me know if you know what I mean or not.
Can I put my stuff in my backpack?
No. I put that in your folder.
Bang, bang, bang. We have to put this in our book set? No. We have to take our book home and take it.
No.
No, our reading book.
I thought you
And
said all
mind
of
your business.
Okay, you fixing it, Harlem?
said all.
Just don't want to start and while you're trying to get it together, yeah.
So I gotta put the 10 at the top.
Yeah, so still start on the bottom, but start with 1 and go up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You understand?
So do you mean in the box?
No. Look, right here. Look. You did it right. You just you put 10 down here, but it should be 1 and go all the way up to 10. You see how it is here? So start at the bottom with 1 and then go all the way up to 10.
Oh,
Now
yeah, I did. Yes.
Okay. You had just did 10 on the bottom and then 1 was at the top. You have to start on the bottom with 1. I'll give you a minute and then just show me when you're done.
Hurry up. Close the door. Close the door.
Let's see. Yep, that's it, right? Like that. Good. Okay, so everybody else is good. All right, let's go ahead and start filling in our graph. So remember, we do a graph to collect information, to collect data. And so obviously, what information are we collecting on this graph? What are we trying to figure out?
What bedtimes?
When are we gonna wake up?
The wake up times, right? That's what we're figuring out. What time everyone wakes up. That's what this graph is going to give us the information on, okay? So let's start with our first time at 5. So I'll give you the instructions on what to fill out, okay? So this means how many people wake up at 5. We're going to say 3 people said they wake up at 5. How do I show that on my graph?
Smiley face.
Shaden, how many boxes?
3.
Shaden, 3 boxes above 5 o'clock because you're saying 3 people wake up at 5 o'clock. Shaded in? Do we have it shaded in? 3 people on 5? Not yet? Okay, still shading. All right.
Yes. Students.
All right, let's go to the next time, which is 5:30. 4 students said they wake up at 5:30. How do I show that on my graph? Shaden, how many on 5:30? 4 boxes. This is a bar graph because it's making like little bars, little square blocks to show how many of each time they wake up.
That's funny because looks like the numbers are skipping.
Oh yeah.
3.
Yeah, did all the sounds? You can do the bottom. Figure out what sound goes with the word.
The word.
I just want to make sure that we're doing it right. That's why you're taking time with me.
That's something funny. There we go. 3.
talk to Gio. I'm done with the students.
Okay,
We
just want to make sure everybody has time and they, I don't want to go ahead and it'll, because if you do it wrong, it'll mess up your answers, like when they ask the question. So that was 4 children on 5:30. Okay, let's go ahead and go to 6 o'clock. We're good?
Yeah.
Okay, 6 o'clock. 7 children said they wake up at 6 o'clock.
I figured that.
7 children said they wake up at 6 o'clock. So that means we're filling in, yeah. So that means we're filling in 6, excuse me, filling in 6 underneath 6 o'clock. 7 under 6 o'clock.
You said 7 kids?
7, yes, 7 under 6 o'clock, yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children.
Wait, 7?
Yes, 7 under 6 o'clock, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I have did 7.
Okay,
It's my age.
You're not playing. No, you're not. Oh, yeah.
are we really gonna waste time with this conversation that has nothing to do with math? Okay.
We are not.
Okay, are we ready for the next time? 6:30? No? Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone gets it, because if not, like I said, this is going to affect your answers if you don't have it right.
Patty.
Okay, let's go to 6:30. 9 children said they wake up at 6:30. 9 children wake up at 6:30.
That's a lot.
Got done? Okay, next book.
You actually don't need to do
31.
Counting your mom.
Combined, it's 27.
That's a lot.
The most.
6:30, we're good? Not yet? 9 children for 6:30? No? Okay.
7.
Wait, I have to wake up at 6. So that's it.
You told me 5.
Oh, my hands hurt.
Mm-hmm.
No. Ow, ow, ow. That thing is tall.
Caitlin, bathroom.
Baby, sister, mom, and daddy. The mama's right here. Guess how old is this one? 3. Guess how old is this one? 4. Guess how old is this one? 7. Guess how old is this? 9.
They're both 15.
All right, let's go on to 7. 2 children said they wake up at 7. 2 children said they wake up at 7 a.m. in the
I
morning.
thought she was gonna say 10.
That's kind of late to wake up if you have school at 8 o'clock.
I like to wake up at 7.
Most people probably wake up like 5.
He's a little baby
5:30.
sister. So he is 3,
Okay.
4, 7, 9, and 2. That's how many. And that's how old they are. Looks like a family. It's a family. 7:30. Dang. We have school on 8:30, Miss
Now
Sylvia.
it's 25.
At
but
8?
also-
Oh.
Now it's 25.
Mhm.
Time is
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
It's
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Yes.
No.
Okay, are we ready? That was only 2. That was easy. Yes, Camille, you have a question?
What was 7 o'clock and 7:30?
Well, 7 o'clock was just 2, and we're about to do 7:30. So 7 o'clock was just 2 children. It was only 2 children.
$60 of these boxes. It's not 25. You count.
Counting them all
Faith
together, that same way.
Wait, what?
Said it.
All right, 7:30. One child said they wake up at 7:30.
Wow. That's
7:30 has 1.
That's easy.
Oh, wait, it's 7.
Guess what I mean?
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Guess what? This
I thought it was gonna be
3, 4, 7, 9, and he's 1. Wait, this looks like some family. Wait, I'm this tall. I'm this tall. And Evan, you're like this tall. This tall. You're that tall. No, you're this tall. Look, this tall.
I'm this tall.
You're this tall. We're bigger.
Okay, are we ready for 8? That was only 1, guys.
Yes.
Okay, 8 o'clock. One child said they wake up at 8 o'clock.
Oh wow.
I know. That means they're late for school. 8 o'clock.
I bet there's no one at 8:10.
Is it she?
That's so rude.
Okay, Evan, you're like.
Okay, they
this
wake, only
tall.
one person said we wake up at 8
I mean, is
o'clock.
that tall? Oh, I'm bigger than
That is very, very rude. She said, oh, but I'm actually bigger than her.
Yeah, but like, I don't, that's not.
you. It's Evan 6.
Okay, and then 8:30, no one said they wake up at 8:30, so that means you don't color anything on 8:30. It's blank.
That was easy.
Okay, how was that? Everybody has them all. Anybody missing a time?
You should have said one person.
Oh, so we have all the times.
Yes, ma'am.
Want to make sure. If not, with your parents, go over the video, kind of get, fast forward through it to get the graph. Because remember, they will have questions on the test and in the book about this graph. So make sure that you keep track of it. And also make sure you know which graph we're talking about. So if they ask class wake up times, I do not want your parents to write me and say, which graph, Miss Fluges, because you should know which graph, right? You have to be more responsible now. You're in 2nd grade. So you should know which graph you're using at this moment. This is our new graph. If someone's parent calls me, I'm going to say,
Why?
I'm not going to be pleased with that,
Why?
but it's okay. But just make sure you know which graph, okay?
Why?
Okay, say yes, Miss Fluges. We're going to know which.
Yes, Miss Fluges.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, okay.
I should have told her.
This is the graph we'll be using now for probably, a week or 2.
I
All
right.
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 I'm gonna see who's responsible and who knows their graphs
You should
in
tell.
their book. Do you all know your graphs in your book?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So yes, you will have questions I will ask you. So, okay. All right, good. All right, so that's our wake up times graph. So let's go ahead and just review a couple of things, and then we'll move on to language. We're learning pronouns today. I don't know about that.
I don't know. I keep forgetting. My mom keep jumping.
All right. Yeah, you can do the whole thing. It's rhyming words. Circle the rhyming words. All right, so let's go ahead. So on last Wednesday, we practiced counting dimes and pennies combined. So remember, a dime is worth 10 cents and a penny is worth 1 cent. So what that means is when we have dimes, we count by tens, and when pennies, we count by ones, right? The only thing that you have to know how to do is pay attention to the coins, because I told you the size is different. Your book doesn't have it in color, but if you pay attention to it, the sizing of it, if it's to the back, I told you how to look for 1 cent, 1 dime. That will help you to know which coin you are using. Also, making sure that you know how to shift your counting, because you sometimes will go from dimes to pennies. You have to know how to stop counting by tens with the dimes to start counting by ones with the pennies. So you're really gonna have to take your time to pay attention with that, because eventually we'll start to add all the coins together. So that's gonna be important for you to know. So I have my first set of coins here. I have 4 dimes and 3 pennies. Would anyone like to count this one for us? 4 dimes, 3 pennies. Go ahead, Josiah.
10, 20, 30, 40,
Good.
1,
41.
42,
Good.
3.
Good. So you see how he stopped at 40, then he started counting by ones. So how much money is this, Josiah?
43 cents.
43 cents. And make sure, guys, that you're writing your cent sign. So just like I just said a minute ago, this is 2nd grade now, okay? We have some things that we have to do. Make sure we do all the time. You're getting ready for 3rd grade, which is a lot harder than 2nd grade. So I want to be prepared for 3rd grade. All right, next I have 2 dimes and 4 pennies. Let's count this one out. Evan's gonna count it 10, 20. 24, how much money? 24 cents. Good, almost a quarter. 24 cents. Good. All right, if you have a paper, I'm gonna ask you for an amount. Can you draw me some amounts? If you have a paper, I mean, maybe the same one from writing. Stop it. Okay, spelling. Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. Can you draw me 7 dimes and 8 pennies? Don't say how much yet. 7 dimes, 8 pennies. Count it up and then let me know how much money we have. 7 dimes, 8 pennies.
How much time? 7.
No, that's it. 7 dimes, 8 pennies.
How many
5. No, 4. That's for your spelling. That's done. Get your spelling. 4 times, and I'm gonna get your regular. So I can put it up here.
Let's put a penny.
8. Hmm?
And make sure you put your line.
Wait, are we in our spelling book?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. Can I see it? That you drew it, and then I'll ask for the answer. Please don't say the answer yet, guys. Let's see. 7 dimes and 8 pennies. Okay, I see them. All right, if you did it right, good jobs. I see everyone's that put it up. Okay, how much money should that have been?
78 cents.
Good, 78 cents. Okay, next one. How would I draw 92 cents? How would I draw 90? No, do it. How would I draw 92 cents? What would that look like? Go ahead, let's see. 92 cents. So it's really just the opposite of what I just did. 92 cents. How many dimes and how many pennies? Yes, Solomon, are you going to answer the question or you have like another question?
That's super easy.
What number?
Oh, 92 cents. How would I draw that?
Miss Susan, I got it.
Okay.
I'm on the first page.
Well, yes, but it's going into with the next thing I'm going to talk about.
Do you
List 6, page 12.
I don't know it.
It's so easy, Miss Susan.
I know how much dimes you have to do and how much pennies.
It's hard. No, it's not.
1, 2,
Okay, so
3,
1 of these is
4,
9.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Wait, you need 9.
This is for Miss Harvey, actually.
9,
You know who Miss Harvey is? Just go bring it back to the front. Just bring it back to the front. Okay, let me see. Let's see who knows how to show me 92 cents. Okay, Solomon, I see. Good, Hannah, I see. Okay, go bring it to me. Let's see. Good, Kamal, good. And I like that some of you put your line to show the two coins, the difference.
I did mine.
Yeah, you did. Okay, so how many dimes should I have? Oh, how many dimes should I have with 92?
9.
How many? 9 and how many pennies?
2.
That made 92 cents. So this is bringing us into our next thing. Good job, guys. The next thing I want to talk about, which is called place value. We did kind of discuss it a little bit last year, but we'll really go into it this year because when we start to trade and carry, it's going to be important that we know the positions of a number. So I'm going to use 92 as an example since that's the number we just did. So if you remember, all numbers have a place and they have a value of how much they are worth. Like just now, we had said in 92, we have 9 dimes and 2 pennies. Those 9 dimes equaled 90 cents, and then those 2 pennies made it 2 cents, which made 92. That's the value of the 9 and the 10, how much they are worth. So all numbers have what's called a place value. We have 2 place values so far that we've covered. There actually is 3, but when we get to adding 3 numbers, we'll talk about that. But 92, we have what's called the ones place and the tens place, okay? Our back numbers are the ones and our front numbers are the tens. You see that? Does anyone remember that a little bit? Yeah? Okay. So we have a ones place and a 10 place. T-O, ones place, tens. So what that means is in 92, I have 9 tens and 2 ones. That makes the number 92, right? So let me give you another number. The other number we did was 78. So in 78, I have 7 tens and 8 ones. So when I say 7 tens, that means I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Plus the 8 makes it 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. 7 tens, 8 ones. That's called place value, where the numbers are placed. They have to be placed in the correct position so that it gives you the right number. So you can unmute yourselves for a second so that you can tell me this. Okay. Okay, let's look at this number here. Look at my tens, then look at my ones. I want you to try to figure out what number this is. Don't say it yet, but count your tens, figure it out, count your ones, put them together. What number would this be? Always start with your tens first whenever you're trying to figure it out, because that's the front number. And then your ones is the back.
I know, you don't have to count it.
What number would this be? Let me hear you say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. What number?
63.
63.
63.
Yay!
Tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do another one.
You don't have to count it.
Go ahead. Figure out your tens and your ones.
10, 20, 21,
Yeah, this one's pretty easy.
I'm gonna say 2.
Okay, tell me what number? 2 tens, 5 ones, 25.
Are you count? No, that's it.
Okay, next one. Count your tens and then your ones.
I know this one. We know this one, right?
Sure.
That's the same thing.
That's 25?
No. No, it's 18.
Oh, yeah, same number. Okay, what is it?
88.
Good. 8 tens, 8 ones makes 88. Good. So that's why numbers have a place and they have a value. It helps you to figure out the numbers, but also to write it down the correct way. Good. So we'll talk about place value more this week. Just trying to learn that and get that, okay? All right, let's go ahead and practice some time and then we'll be done with math.
Yay, we're done. No, we're not.
All right, so remember, we learned how to tell time to the hour and half hour. Half past is also what it's called. We have 2 hands. We have our long hand, which is the what hand?
The minute
Minute
hand.
hand. Then we have our short hand, which is the
Hour.
hour hand. Minute and hour. So let's go ahead and do time.
Oh. Wait, I can't see. No one. I can't even see.
I'm gonna get on the other side. Okay? I'm moving. All right, what's my time?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So if I am about to go to bed, would it be AM or PM?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
PM. Good. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, what's my time?
8:30.
8:30. Good. If school has just begun, AM or PM?
AM.
Well, there's 1 PM, but not 04.
1:40 p.m. Okay.
Okay, what's my time?
3:30.
If school just let out, is it AM or PM?
Yeah.
Awesome, good. So remember, half past on the 6, hour hand on the 12. All right, good. All right, let's go over our spelling real quick before we move on to Awesome. It's my eye. Before we finish off with language will be a little long today. Well, not super long, but yeah. Okay, we're in spelling list 7 this week, page 14. If you notice, you have more words this week. You have 2 extra ones that were added in your list on your book. So that's 17 in your book, and then we have Greek and Latin 2 makes 19. Next week we'll go to Greek.
Wait, no. You're not adding more.
No. Miss Blue Jeans,
Uh-huh.
can I go use the bathroom?
Yes, while we're in transition.
Miss Lucas, what is this thing on here? Like, what is this?
Spelling.
I'm not discussing that right now.
Yeah, it looks like a shoe.
All right, so let's look at our list in our book. Everybody has their list ready?
Yeah, no.
Page 14, list 7, page 14 in your book.
I wrote mine.
Another word.
Oh, sorry, I meant to put it up now. Remember, only the black. No, I'm not gonna throw it away. I'm gonna just put it in a bag for her. All right, let's look at our list this week. List 7. So let's spell it together. So I'll say the word, you say it, spell it, and then say it again. So, okay, number 1 is
Thrill.
S.
1 second.
S-C-O.
Okay, number 2 is scarf.
S-C-A-R-F. Star.
Good. 3.
One. L-U-N one H.
4.
S-O-R-T. Sport.
5.
South. S-O-U-T-H. South.
Brown. 6.
F-R-O-W-N. Frown.
Okay, grow.
Grow. G-R-O-W. Grow.
Okay, 8.
Germ. G-E-R-M. Germ.
Good. 9.
Surf. S-U-R-F. Surf.
Good. 10.
Throw. T-H-R-O-A.
Good. 11.
S-C-A-R-T. Start.
Good. 12. Cheese.
C-H-E-E-S-E. Cheese.
Good. 13.
North. N-O-R-T-H. North.
Good. 14.
Serve. S-E-R-V-E. Serve.
Good. 15.
Mouse. M-O-S-E. Mouse.
Good. 16.
Annie. A-N-Y. Annie.
Good. And 17.
G-I-V-E. Get.
Good. All right, let's look at your Greek and Latin this week. Okay, so your Greek word is amphi.
Both.
Both. Good. Yes, amphi means both. Like a word that we get from amphi would be like amphibian. That's an animal that can live on land and water. Amphibian. So that's a word we get from amphi. Okay. Your Latin word is cabulous.
C-A-B-A-L-L-U-S. Horse.
Okay. Good. Cabulous is horse. Okay, good. So did everybody write their spelling already today? Or not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Why is it all over again?
All right, good. So that's your spelling list 7 on this week. You have 19 words. We'll take our test on Friday. All right, let's go ahead and move on to language. Pronouns. So it's supposed to be on your test, but I forgot.
We don't need
So
that.
you had extra week to study.
Done. I mean, we're almost done.
A pronoun is a word used in the place
Of a noun.
All right, so let's go ahead and discuss. Okay. Does anyone know what a pronoun is?
A pronoun used in the place of a noun.
Yes, a pronoun is a word used in the place of a noun. Let's go ahead and say that together. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word used
in the place of a noun.
Good. Pronouns take the place of nouns. So if you remember, nouns, there are so many nouns we could list, but when it comes to pronouns, there are only certain pronouns we can use, and we have to make sure that we're using the correct pronoun when comparing it to a certain noun. So let's go ahead and get started. Pronouns take the place of nouns. So you'll have a noun, you will take the noun out to put in a pronoun. That's what you have to do. Now, it's good to memorize all the pronouns, but what you really need to do is know which pronoun to use for what. That's always the area that sometimes we have a little bit of issue with, is knowing the correct pronoun. So we're gonna learn our list, but we're gonna learn it where you only use it with certain nouns. So let's start with list 1. And this is stuff we already learned last year. This is really, but just for review.
That's easy.
Yeah, so we had kind of did pronouns. Well, we did do pronouns. We just don't stay on it as long as we did. Because after this is verbs. And that'll be a while when we stay on verbs. Okay, so we're going to go to list 1 today.
List 1.
Okay? List 1, I don't know if you need a piece of paper to write this down. You may want to, if unless you're like, oh no, Miss Students, I know. But if not, I would write this down so that I can study.
I'm gonna get a piece of paper.
I know exactly what I need to know for the test.
I want it.
Okay? So this is list 1 that we'll focus on today. List 1 pronouns are in the place of your name. Okay? This is the easy one. Your name.
My name.
No,
My name.
No, mine.
No, mine.
Okay, and now when I say your name, I'm talking about you specifically. Everybody knows their name, right?
Yeah.
If we don't know our names, then I don't know. We might have to, go back a little bit. But yes, everyone knows their name, correct?
Yes.
So anytime, like when I give you a test, or when I say your name, think of your own personal name, okay? So when I say your name, think of your name, your actual name, because everybody's gonna think of their name.
Everybody knows your name. My name is
Okay? All right, so let's go ahead. I'll have it written right here. List 1, your name. So definition of pronoun. A pronoun is a word used in place of noun. Is anybody writing? Let me see. Let me make sure before I move on. Is anybody writing this?
We can't write because then we can't take it home.
Mm-hmm.
We have to take it home.
No, what are we gonna?
Yeah, you are taking it home.
We have to tear the paper off.
Okay, list 1, your name.
Miss Liz, do we have to get a picture over there?
That'll probably be better, and you have to write the definition too.
Yeah, that'll probably be
Okay.
better.
Before I move on, is anyone writing before I come back in front of the screen? I need to see. Okay, okay, I see Hannah writing. Lyric, are you writing what's on the board? Yes. Okay. Harlem, yes, you are. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I gotta write my name.
Well, no, it's your paper. I just, the definition. What is a pronoun? And list 1.
Do I put a capital P on pronoun?
You
Like
can.
a pronoun?
You can.
Your name.
Mm-hmm. Sit. Why am I saying that?
The paper looks a little dark.
That's not it though. That's not it. No, that's not all you're writing.
You have to write this one. Your
Can I bring
name.
this home and write the rest of it? I'm gonna write it on another sheet of paper when I get
I want my name on top. You have to put write list one, your name down, like on the paper.
Yes, list one, just like that. Your name.
Tell doing different.
Your name.
Okay. Are you ready for the next part? Let's get into the pronouns for your name.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Fujins, I'm not ready yet.
Not ready? Okay.
One. Now I'm ready.
All right. Everybody else is good? Ready to move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So whenever we say list one of pronouns, your name, you are a noun, right? A noun is the name of a person, and you have a name and you're a person. So whenever we say that we are replacing your name, that means you are not using your name because your name is a noun. It's not a pronoun. Now we do hear the word noun and pronoun, but it's not the same. So whenever we have pronouns and we want to replace our name, we never call ourselves by our name. Does anyone refer to themselves as your name? Whenever someone says, how old are you? Do you say your name and then you say is 5 years old? So if someone say, what's your name? Would I say Miss Fujins is however old? I wouldn't call myself by my name. Does anyone call themselves by their name? No, right? That's not how we speak, right? But what we do is we use certain pronouns in place of our name, right? So if someone would ask you, how old are you? How would you start off the answer? What is the first thing you would say? Hannah, what would you say? You're on mute? Yeah.
I.
You would say I. That's a pronoun. I is a pronoun. So instead of saying your name, you say I. You don't refer to yourself as your name, you say I. Okay? Let's do another one. After I. Different color. Okay? After you would say I. So now, if someone would ask you and they would say, sorry. Okay, if you would say you and someone went somewhere, right? Or you wouldn't say your name and dad went to the store. What would you say? Instead of saying your name and dad, you would say me and dad. Really, the grammar is dad and I, but we'll say me. Dad and me. Me.
That and I.
You don't call yourself. So this is another pronoun you can use instead of your name. Me. You can use I instead of your name. Me instead of your name.
Write these words down.
Okay, are you ready for the next one? Whenever you want to say that something is yours, what's a pronoun you could say? Instead of saying that is your name's backpack, you would say that is my backpack.
I know this. Yes.
My, yes. So I, me, my. These are pronouns you use in place of your name.
I know that. I know those words. Me too. I need my. I, me, my, her, she, his.
That's what I just said. That's what will be the next one.
Okay, and then the last one. When someone asks, who does that belong to? You would say that is your name? No, you would say that is mine. Not mine's, mine.
Mine. It's the same word.
So these are the 4 pronouns you use in place of your name. I, me, my, mine. They take the place of your name. I, me, my, mine. We don't say our name because that's a noun. And pronouns, they take out the noun. So when you take out the noun, you will say either I, me, my, or mine.
Writing them like a lot of times.
Look, it's all over your dress. Put it in the trash. It's really not good to eat those things. It's not at all. No, not that's fine. It's just. I keep telling you to stop eating it, and you keep eating it anyway. Make your stomach hurt.
I'm finished.
Look how many times I wrote it.
We're gonna make
Pink
the
color.
stomach color and then
When I'm done now.
Let's do this. Are we almost done?
Yeah.
We probably are.
Then we have our pages, and then we'll do
You have a what?
your pages that we normally do.
They're not all colored.
No, we're not going to color.
We're gonna go outside, sorry.
Are we going to go outside after that?
No, we do our
Last
math.
minute, we're gonna sit in here and do nothing.
Okay.
Thank you. Let's focus on language. Okay, are we good? Does everyone have this?
Hey, I'm gonna write.
Yes.
Or still
Don't put it in
working?
my butt sack.
I did it 3 times. I'm doing it more than that. I'm doing it 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Miss Fluger, I'm a member of this.
6, 7, 11.
You memorize the pronouns?
Yes.
I'm not even looking.
All right, are we good? Yes?
Yes.
All right, good. So that's our language today. Tomorrow we'll introduce list 2. So I did post that we weren't going to meet tomorrow, but we are. Okay, so just let your parents know that we are. 1st grade isn't, but 2nd grade is going to meet on tomorrow. Okay. All right. So yeah,
Second grade?
I'm talking about online. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so I will see you all tomorrow for Bible, and then we will meet tomorrow for our lessons. Okay. So good job today. Make sure to write your spelling words, do your workbook pages, your math and phonics and language. Go over your science and social studies. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay. You have a question, Lyric?
No.
And huh?
I said no.
Okay, and we have show and tell on Friday. So if you can log in on Friday, I posted a message for your parents, but we do have show and tell on Friday.
Miss Scooter, can we bring like tablets and stuff?
Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
All right, guys, have a good day. Finish all the rest of your work, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.